Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. We're back with another video, folks. Casper Network, the biggest comeback in the space. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, so make sure to watch till the end. And, folks, for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins and potential gems. If you're interested in any of that stuff, then subscribe the channel and hit the notification icon for regular videos. Anyways, folks, let's see what's happening with Casper Network in real time, and we've got some catching up to do as well. It's been a while since we've covered it. The community was asking for it for a while now, although it had made this move, the comeback back in April 29th. I was watching it closely, folks, so it is a high time that we cover Casper. Look at this. Crypto charged over here. We have a bit of catching up to do as well. Let's see. Let's start with April 29th, and then we slowly and gradually come towards the current day as to what's happening and transpiring when it comes to Casper Network. The Casper comeback. Many traders wrote Casper Network off after the network halt, panic selling into the lows, but seasoned eyes saw something deeper. By the way, folks, not just the network halt, since the Casper Labs disassociated itself with Casper, it went their own separate route, the Prove AI, debacle, and everything that happened. A really bad 2024 for Casper, and after the new team took over, things were changing. We covered it that the new team led by Michael, it can propel Casper Network to new levels, and it seems that the momentum has shifted significantly since those times. Look at this. Now we're seeing signs of a higher low, a broken downtrend, and a potential setup for another leg up. If we reclaim key levels like 2.6 cents, we open the door to 5.9 cents, 10 cents, and even 22 cents in time. Volatility cuts both ways. Folks, I do not know what the price is at the moment, so we are just catching up. This is April 29th, by the way. So let's start from here. Let's see what Crypto Charged have to offer. They always cover Casper, and then we can go on and see what's happening in real time and what is good and positive for Casper. I'm going to be sharing that as well with you guys in a moment. Let's first check this video out.
This is obviously where the story is told, and a lot of you guys will do this. You'll pull up your Coinbase on the daily and you look at this and you're like, wow, Casper sucks, right? Like this is where we're at. But I always take a little bit of a more bigger approach, right? Like we look at daily candles, we look at daily levels. A lot of you guys, should know deep down, especially with how much we looked at these charts, you should be able to probably, off the top of your head, name the next 2 to 3 levels of resistance without even looking at the chart because you've studied it enough on that macro level. What we ended up doing, and I'll show you guys on a more micro level kind of what's going on here, is we banged our heads into a very big ceiling of resistance that was previously a monster floor of support. I'm just going to bring in a few more levels here for you guys to show you guys those areas of interest. We're obviously not going to talk about these bigger levels right now. We're going to talk about the more immediate areas of interest. So we built this floor of support in here from basically May of 2022 all the way through June of 2024, right? So we're talking about a little over 2 years of building this floor of support, 2.5, 2.7, you can pick a number, but that's the general area we're talking about, right? And then we obviously get that break of structure here in June. We obviously know what happened there, right? There was the nastiness with the chain coming to a halt because there was an attempt to steal value off the network. You guys should also just be grateful at the end of the day that they were halted. No value was stolen off the network, and they were able to resume, did a full, autopsy, start to finish, to Genesis to current block, and they felt good about resuming the network. Of course, it sucks to see a network down that long. You had a lot of panic selling that happened when you had that come back online, because everyone's like, well, this is it, right? Like we're cooked. So you had some panic selling. We settled in here, and then of course we have our good old Casper Labs news where you had a for-profit company that decided not to build a network, and everyone was like, that's it, we're cooked, we're done. You actually get world's fastest V bottom out of there, right? Like if you look at number of time or amount of time that we were down in here, you look at this support level that was built in here, we were down here for 13 days into this V bottom, and then it was just a sharp reversal out of there. So from that low that was set in there, price then rocketed about 330% over 14 days. So 2 weeks to collapse, 2 weeks for a 330% reversal. And of course, with the rest of the market, you see this, correction that happens in here. What we ended up doing here was creating a higher low, right? That's what ended up happening here. You can see most recently we've broken this downtrend, right? And we also have broken over the 50-day, 100-day moving averages here that I mentioned at the top of the show. We actually pushed over the 50-week here. We haven't been able to close over that yet. But even seeing this strong of a candle over that 50-day, 100-day combo is very, very strong. You guys can see that this two major moving averages have basically been a big wet blanket here for the market as we try to test over the 50-day here, failure, try to get some candle closes here in October and September, but they were all very weak, right? You didn't see that same level of conviction like you did here with that break of trend. And the last time we were actually meaningfully trading above it was basically March of 24. So it's actually a huge move to see here, not just because we had the size of the pop, but the close and the conviction over those short-term MAs. What we're also going to be looking for here is going to be potentially a back test, right? And I know that we don't want to say, you don't want to hear that we're going to be back potentially at the same levels we were just at, but I'm looking at this pocket in here, right? And you guys can see that this is a very juicy pocket that we built some support here in August all the way through November. We broke over it back in November again, came back, dropped below it, right? But we started to spend a little bit of time in here. So is it reasonable for me to expect that we come down between 1 and 1.2 and kind of develop some sort of higher low here before moving higher? Yeah, 100%. You can see that market makers are ready to manipulate this area again. We manipulated it twice here in November and again in early December of 24, and again we just came and wicked to it again. When we get over 2.6, do you guys see how meaningful that is? Really, that opens up a huge floodgate here for almost another 2x towards that 5.96 cent region, and then our next area of interest is going to be like 10 cents, and then from there is going to be closer to 22 cents. But obviously, guys, the opportunity is down here. So if you're going to target maybe 1.2 even as kind of like your area of interest to start getting involved, if you're not already, and you look at that risk to reward up into that 5.8 cent region, it's like a 360% move. Up to 10 cents is almost a 7.5x, and then up to 22 cents is almost like a 17x. So even from current market, there's still opportunity. We've seen a huge even pullback in the daily candle that's being produced today, but I love to see that we're closing over these short-term amazing here. So again, you guys can get all frustrated and upset that everything didn't go exactly the way you wanted it to, but please understand with these small capitalization coins, you're going to have a lot of volatility, and that goes both ways, right? You can't have it one way or another. You can't say, oh, well, I only want it to go down 3% when the market's having a bad day, but I want it to pump 50% when we have a good day, right? It's going to go both ways. So when you see these kinds of recovery structures, and I believe that's what's happening here, we're starting to see a higher low established. We're seeing closes over major moving averages being these shorter term MAs, the 50-day and the 100-day. Those are bullish signs. So again, it's always very clear in retrospect when you see, us over 3 cents, 5 cents, you're like, oh, damn, yeah, this is an uptrend. Well, no shit, right? But those uptrends eventually have to be developed from those accumulative bottoms. I think that's what we're creating right now. So looks good.
So folks, this was an amalgamation of some technicals and fundamentals over here. Now if we if we come forward and see what's happening now, just a moment. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, basically, folks, Casper 2.0 is here. The Casper news is here. Casper 2.0 is here. Look at this. The Casper team is actively working on Casper getting listed on Binance. This is the news over here. And this might be one of the catalysts that propels it. Along with Casper 2.0, it is being integrated within in the mainnet of Casper, and it can propel Casper to new heights as well. We're going to be looking at the official handles as well. Look at this. This is Nick over here. Just remember what algo did after it created an all-time low on the chart, and don't forget ADA in 2020 to 2021. Casper could soon make one of the largest comebacks this space has ever witnessed. So many have given up or even continued to disregard the moves made over the past few months. It is quite comical. Folks, the new team, they are passionate. They are serious on making this comeback. And I'm really, to be honest, I like what Michael is doing, what the team is doing, but this momentum needs to carry on, folks. That is the criteria, because we've often seen projects that fail to live up to the hype, and they fall back to old ways. But this new Casper team seems that they are for real. Look at this. Congrats to the Casper core engineering team who worked on this for years, comprising 100 and thousands of lines of codes, 100,000 of lines of codes, okay, and numerous improvements and new features all went live without a hitch. Congrats to the Casper fam as we enter this new era of real-world blockchain adoption. Look at this, May 6th. Casper 2.0 is live and real world ready. Casper 2.0 is more than just an upgrade, it is a complete reinvention, providing the foundation for real world utility with unparalleled performance, enhanced scalability, and robust security. Casper 2.0 is tailored for real world use cases. So these are different news that is combining together to create this new positive move. The team, the network, and the Binance news now that coming up. I mean, this is huge. Zug, a new deterministic consensus protocol that delivers instant finality. Zug consensus is engineered for the practical demands of real-world applications. Role-based permissions make it easier to model how real-world systems assign responsibility and enforce trust. Natively upgradable smart contracts. This has been a mainstay whenever we talk about Casper network. This is one of the unique things that Casper does. Upgradable smart contracts, which can evolve safely and predictably. Obviously, safe and predictable is what the enterprises want, what the organizations want, what multi-trillion companies want, multi-billion companies want. They do not want volatility, folks. They want predictability with upgrades that preserve history without migrations. So no need for migrations, no need for hassles, a more complete developer experience for real-world use cases is enhanced as well. Familiar developer languages and a production-friendly workflow that makes blockchain approachable for millions of developers across the globe. This is Casper 2.0 live on mainnet. This is awesome. This is Crypt Guardian over here. In a super cycle like we saw in 2017 or 2021, Casper could surge much higher due to network effects, major listings like Binance, and strong community momentum. Technically, the 25 cents to 30 cents range aligns with Fibonacci extensions and key psychological levels. If things go truly parabolic, even 40 cents plus could be possible. I mean, that is huge. And if 40 plus is possible, one might say that $1 might be possible in the long run as well, while we're talking. But that would require extreme market euphoria. Realistic, 5 cents to 10 cents. With hype and adoption, 15 cents. Super cycle, 25 cents to 40 cents plus. Take profit 1, 8 cents to 10 cents. Take profit 2, 15 cents. Take profit 3, 20 to 24 cents. So these are the levels. I'm really liking the positivity that is happening, that is up in the air. Casper pumped 168% in under 24 hours. This is May 11th, by the way. As I said, we are catching up as well while we're at it. Casper comeback. We saw this one April 29th. Now we are now we are here May 9th. Casper update, we escaped the downtrend and have now finished wave 1 plus 2, working on the wave 3 to the upside. My final wave 5 target of this move is at 20 cents. After that, I'm expecting a longer correction and possible continuation of the uptrend. By the way, whenever people say that correction is possible, accumulation is possible, they think that it is really short and sweet. Sometimes it can go on for years, folks, and then a sudden move to the upside, a parabolic move when everyone is fatigued, when everyone has lost faith. Those are the times when these big moves happen. I've seen it time and again. We've seen it time and again in various investments in stocks, in crypto, and elsewhere. When people lose faith, big moves tend to happen then as well. Double bottom over here, look at this. And then the first wave, second wave, as you know, the third wave is the one with the most rigor. We might, but it depends as well. So this is the correction according to this one. The fifth wave will be with the most energy over here. Then the fourth. Okay, sorry, this is the third over here in the grander scheme of things. 1, 2. This is why I said that the third is the longest. So my bad. The second, and then this is the third, and then this fourth. Fifth, take profit target, ABC, and then we might continue. It might take years, months, we never know. It might even take a few days, but we never know with this industry. It is really, really unpredictable. This is Ron over here. Solana and Casper per Google AI, promising futures for both. For this video, we're concerned with Casper, so we're going to be looking at Casper over here. Casper, a blockchain platform designed for enterprise adoption, by the way, technology and purpose. For enterprise adoption, focusing on security, scalability, and developer accessibility. It utilizes a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism based on the Casper CBDC specification. Casper Enterprise Focus targets enterprise adoption with, look at the words over here, highlight the words. Security, it wants the system to be secure, it wants the system to be scalable, and it wants the system to be upgradable with good smart contracts. Predictable fees offers more predictable transaction fees compared to some other blockchains. Upgradable contracts, smart contracts on Casper can be upgraded, allowing for future improvements and flexibility. So if any enterprise wants to upgrade their app or something, Casper is the go place. Casper, the utility token of the Casper network, used to reward validators, pay fees, and participate in governance. Casper aims to facilitate the adoption of blockchain technology in the enterprise sector, potentially offering businesses turnkey blockchain integration solutions. So, both platforms have their own strengths and target different segments of the blockchain market, but both have good potential. Solana might have reached its target price point. Casper still undervalued and making a name for itself and looking good here according to JHam as well. Let me share with you the recent post of Crypto Charged over here, May 9th.
Let's take a look at Casper. What are you doing, baby girl? Jeez, look at that. Huge break here. So huge break over that 50-week moving average. Looks good, right? And I think we're coming up to fill some of this wick in here. And again, if you look at just the structure in here, just take a look at that. Like, just let that soak in for a moment. Was there anything super complex on this chart that happened? Not really. Was there a fair amount of volatility? Yeah, for sure. But all we're seeing here is that breakout backtest behavior. Really strong candle here. Love to see that. We still have major resistance here, right? Still need to get over that. Looks pretty good for the most part. So as long as we can get back into this pocket 2.7, we really have very little holding us back. We start to see these other major levels starting to come into play here for the Casper price chart. So love to see that. Starting to see some strength here. This was a weird little like sideways consolidation we had in here, but nice strength. I'd love to see today's daily candle close like this. As far as like minor pivot zones in here, I don't know, let's get kind of selective about this. Let's get rid of all this. 1.45 could be an area of interest that pulls back to. I mean, you've got some other like minor resistance right around 2.2. So I would say if we were just to be focused on where we're at now and kind of ignore some of these lower prices, I would say, you know, this pivot zone would be a good place for us to close above 1.7. If not, then we're probably going to come down towards like, let's call it 1.5 as our area of interest, but we are breaking a very key level in here. So let's go. Looks pretty good. From the low, though, set over here on April 10, price is up about 147%. From the 2024 low, price is up about 190%. So looking good in here. I think that this is starting to look a lot more like a bottoming structure, looking pretty good, looking pretty strong, and a lot of you guys been DCing the hell out of it. So let's go, baby.
So folks, what do you guys think about Casper Network? Can it make one of the biggest comebacks ever in this space? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Decent and their offers, as well as Patreon, by following the links in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.